Well, correction. Today is all about education. We are not opening any Pokemon cards today, unfortunately, for today's video. Today, I would like to talk about the Pokemon market and why you should invest. A lot of people have been inboxing me on my personal Facebook. Also, I received quite a bit of messages through my Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all that information that I post every day about my eBay transactions, stuff like that. Like, is there really money to be made in Pokemon? And are you sitting on a gold mine? Maybe you have a binder in your parents' basement, in their attic, your attic, basement, storage unit, somewhere, right? So, this has been quite often, I've been getting asked this quite a bit. So if you are watching this video, it's because either I shared the link to you or a friend referred you to this video. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and I will let you know. Let's get right into it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Pokemon and should you invest into it? Why? Why should you invest into it? Well, one, it makes money, right? If it makes money, it makes sense. So let's go ahead and just point out some factors real quick. I put together a little presentation here. Let's see how it goes. So first and foremost, if you just take away the factor that Pokemon is fun, it's nostalgic, it reminds us all of our youth, and it really connects our generation together, and it also bridges our generation with the current generation. So it's fun for all ages is one factor, obviously, but if we take that part out and we look at business, right? So something that I'm really passionate about, we take a look here. Pokemon, it is a company. It is an international company and it is a private company. So you can't invest in the stock for this company at this time. But if you take a look, an interesting fact is the highest grossing media franchise of all time is Pokemon. It's not Star Wars, it's not Harry Potter, it's not Disney, none of that. Pokemon, number one. Always has, always will be. And now let me explain a little bit more in depth. Pokemon has not only trading cards, they have a TV series tied to that. So they have anime, movies, action figures, the whole nine. It's a whole package deal. It is a company. So this is why you should take a look at investing into Pokemon. First and foremost, I like to think of like collecting Charizards. And there are all kinds of Pokemon. There's like 900 plus to choose from. I choose Charizard because it's the most sought after Pokemon. It's the most, memorable. It's like the mascot, kind of like Pikachu. Pikachu would be right, hand in hand with Charizard. So when you buy a Charizard, it's kind of like buying a stock into Pokemon, okay? And this is why you can't find any Pokemon cards at your local stores right now. A lot of variations. We don't got a lot of time, but we'll get into some of them for the most part. Because with that fact alone, Pokemon is the highest grossing franchise of all time. You might ask yourself, well, why now? Pokemon's been around forever, it seems like, right? Well, that gets me into my next part is because Pokemon's 25th anniversary is coming up here this February of 2021. I believe it's February 27th of 2021 to be exact. So that's why right now we're hearing a huge demand of Pokemon. 25th anniversary is a big milestone for this company. So, of course, they're investing a lot of money into marketing. They're investing a lot of money into a lot of things right now. But not just the fact that it's the 25th anniversary, we're also hand in hand with the pandemic at this time. So there's not a lot of people investing their money on entertainment. So as far as going to concerts, shows, traveling, not so much. So a lot of people are at home and they're bored. So they're like, what can I do with my money? We're still working remotely from home. People are starting to dump their money into the stock market. They're starting to dump it into collectibles, passive income like Pokemon. And which one would be better than the number one franchise of all time? Am I right? So now let's say, okay, you're hooked. You're right. You're like, okay, I want to learn about Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I remember opening it as a kid. It's been fun, and I want to relive that again, even for myself or even with my kids today, right? So where do you start? Let's go back and think to the very basics of Pokemon. Let's go over here and, well, before we even get to that part, another reason I want to really showcase why this is so relevant today is with that 25th anniversary, there's a lot of celebrity endorsements Pokemon's really investing into. One of them's Katy Perry. Also, we have Logan Paul, who is also an influencer. If you go search Logan Paul Pokemon, it'll pull up multiple YouTube videos of him breaking open boxes. Him solo with his following has maybe 400%ed the market in a matter of 2 months. People think it's a bubble and it's going to pop, but if you look at your Pokemon history, it's only an appreciating asset. It only goes up, plateaus, goes up. It's never crashed in 25 years. And with the hype around it, I don't think it's going anywhere. We just have more collectors, more younger generations coming in to this market, if you will, and it's only increasing demand, supply and demand. And Pokemon's smart. They're not going back and remaking the cards they made 25 years ago, identical. They do have anniversary sets, and I'll get into that here in a second. But we also have Steve Aoki, another EDM DJ. We also have Logic, the hip hop rapper. So there is, if you can see, we have internet influencers, we have Katy Perry, pop stars. We have Steve Aoki, EDM. We have Logic, who's a rapper. We have Justin Bieber, if you want to categorize him, whatever you want. But where there's a lot of celebrity endorsements happening here when it comes to Pokemon and collectibles. So that is another factor why you're hearing so much about this topic and why you should invest. It's the 25-year anniversary wrapped around them pushing it through celebrities, and the celebrities reach our youth, also us as adults. So let me go ahead and get over to the beginning. So let's say you're sold. All the celebrities are buying into it. Everyone's buying into it. Now let's get into the origins of Pokemon, really. And do you have a gold mine sitting in your closet? I don't know. Let's find out right now. So first and foremost, we'll start with the legendary Charizard himself. There is the original base set. With base set, there was reprints before they moved on to additional sets. So we have Unlimited, Shadowless, and First Edition. With the original OG, there's this little First Edition stamp. Can't really see it on my screen other than pointing right here. I mean, I can't really point to it on the screen, but there's the First Edition, which is that little #1 stamp, and it's also a shadowless border. If you look at the middle section that's shadowless, that means there's no shadow next to the picture, which means this was the second run of the original. Unlimited is showcasing the final reprint of the original set. No First Edition stamp. And if you look to the right of the Charizard, you'll see like a darker red on the border. That refers to as a Unlimited. So with that being said, this separates the price points. So if you have, most likely you have an Unlimited in your collection, which varies about $200 and up at this time. Shadowless is $1,000 and up, and First Edition Shadowless is $5,000 and up. Now that is considered raw. So the next variation would be graded cards. So what happens if you find this First Edition 5,000 plus card in your collection? You want to get the card because you've heard rumors this card's worth $500,000. You would be correct if it's in gem mint condition, meaning there's no flaws, it's fresh out the pack. Somehow you protected it from 1999 all the way to now. So let's go ahead and showcase that real quick. Let me go ahead and hide these prices in the OG Charizards, and I will pull up an example of grading. There are 2 grading companies that I trust. There's 3 total right now. There's PSA and Beckett, which are the ones that I trust. And there's the newest oncomer, which is CGC. It's a comic grading company, but they're just now picked up Pokemon. And the reason why I don't trust them so much, they're new to the market. They really don't hold the value, and that they haven't earned the trust of the collectors fully yet. So PSA, Beckett. With PSA, they give you a grading 1 through 10 based on the condition of your card, and so does Beckett. But however, Beckett gives you a breakdown of why you got that grade. So there are 4 subgrades. There's centering, edges, corners, and surface. With that being said, you'll see why you got the grade you got when it comes to Beckett. So I usually submit all my cards to Beckett. However, for whatever reason, I believe because PSA, that red border just really pops for everyone, it has a premium. So this card right here might go for $1,000 at PSA 10, and a 9.5 gem mint Beckett is almost equivalent to a PSA 10. That one would go for only like $800. So there's a $200 difference there just because of the grading company itself, which is odd enough. However, a 10 in Beckett is worth more than a 10 in PSA. Because they give you that 4 category breakdown, and it's most likely 3 of them are 10s, that means it's going to be a more likely it's a flawless, Charizard compared to the PSA grading, because they don't give you that 4 subcategory breakdown. They just say that this is good enough for a 10. And they still factor all those same categories in, but they don't let you know why this card got a 10. So with that being said, PSA versus Beckett would be your first steps in knowing. And here's the problem. You want to look out for reprints. And proxy cards, with that being said. So let me go ahead and pull up real quick. So let's go back to our OG Charizards, right? So these are the original 3. Okay. And then we have the new XY Evolutions remake and the remake price. So you might see in your kid's binder today this card, but it's only $100 plus. The big difference is you'll see that the HP next to the Charizard name is 150 HP. That really indicates that this is a now modern remake from 2016. So this was around the 20-year anniversary of Pokemon. So this is not the original Charizard. Same artwork, but a different reprint. You can tell by the color variations, and the number from 120 to 150 is a big one, and the symbol at the bottom right-hand corner of the card. Every set has, except for base set, has a symbol indicating what set that card came out of. I know I may have lost you at this point, but there's a lot that goes into this. So really take the time, educate yourself before you decide to go on eBay and start buying up cards like Charizard here for $100 because it looks like the $500,000 card, because it's not. And that's really important that you do your research before you invest. I do appreciate people that do come to me, ask me questions. I don't mind answering your questions. Just be patient. I'm a busy person, and I can't get back to you all the time right away. So if it looks like I left you on red, it's not intentional, okay? So also, lastly, I'd like to look at the proxy replica cards, and that is going to be the fake Charizard right here. And let me get rid of that OG pricing. So proxies and replica. Lastly, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Watch out. On eBay, you'll see first edition Shadowless Charizard. They'll use wording and texture like proxy and replica. Obviously, replica sounds self-explanatory, but a lot of people fall for that proxy. So I get a lot of people sending me messages like, Billy, should I buy this? Should I buy this? It's $200, $300. No, it's a fake card. It was manufactured from someone from home to try to make it look like the $500,000 card. The reason they can get away with this is because they're not using the word fake. They're using the word proxy and replica, which is exactly what it is. It's a replica of the original Charizard. So don't be fooled, everyone. Do your research. Take the time, learn the market, because you can make a lot of money doing this. Honestly, I mean, I don't like to talk my personal numbers, but last month I grossed $20,000 just opening Pokemon cards and having fun, doing my research, sending out the cards I knew that were going to, fresh out the pack, get potentially a 10 grading, and what those cards are worth graded. So getting those cards back and selling them on platforms like eBay. And then also taking the little minuscule cards and then just bundling them up as a lot and selling them as a whole, trying to make your money back out of that pack. So it's a job, and if you're ready to take on that work, there's a lot of money to be made. So, but it's not as easy as going in your binder, pulling a card out, selling it for $1 million. It's not that easy. There is no secret. You got to take the time, educate yourself, take at least a full day, look up Pokemon cards, look up the cards you have, and make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into when you're selling. Because you also don't want to get lowballed. You don't want someone to come around and offer you, $200 for your Shadowless Charizard when you may have, the first edition boys. So it's really important. Understand, which one you have. And then again, a lot of that is just doing your research, man. And that and you can always refer back to this video, and I would be more than happy to give you that breakdown again. So this is just for Charizard. There's a lot of other Pokemon cards that are similar to this. If not, they're all similar. There's real ones, there's reprints, and there's fakes. So just be careful, guys. I love you. Stay awesome, stay positive. Always spread inspiration and encourage each other to do better. And I'll see you guys in the next channel, Pokemon opening, or Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're into that too. Comment below, man, because I will be making a part 2 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Again, I love you guys.